Look over here.
Hello. We did it. Anyway, bonjour, and welcome to the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. And welcome to
Look over here.
our exclusive companion series, where we are diving into the looks from episode 6 of Global All Stars. I'm Logan Murphy, 6 gay. Gay, I'm still just drinking on some water, and that's all.
And my boo, hey everyone, I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea purr. I am drinking on some strawberry sunkiss, should be sponsored, but I'm not. Also have some water here just in case, always be prepared. And I always have my cup mug handy, period. And you can get your cup mugs at lanagcreations.etsy.com, where we do ship internationally and domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses unless your world is on fire, then there's some excuses. But if you can get your cup merch, check out the shop. It's some great stuff, period.
Yeah. And hola, hello, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit, get hit. I'm drinking water. I've finished my coffee, so now I'm drinking water. And I'm hungry, so I'll just fill myself up with water until we finish this podcast.
And we're going to get through this episode because we're all hungry.
We really are hungry.
Yes, but we are going to dive into the looks from this lovely, wonderful episode of Global All Stars. But before we do, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we're here almost all the time giving you almost all things drag. And make sure to check out the description below, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, and our Patreon for exclusive content and early access, including early access to the Look Over Here episodes from all the franchises we are currently covering. So, no, that's not the one I want.
Hello.
This is
supposed to say hello.
This will do for today. Category is it's 5 p.m. somewhere, and I am mad that it wasn't. It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Yeah, but I love you.
Or
drink.
It could have been. There's always time for a cocktail dress.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
We could have quoted Mrs. Kasha Davis, and we didn't, and I'm mad.
Yeah, that's really unfortunate.
It's rude, honestly.
Yes.
You snub her of a win on All Stars 8, and then immediately eliminate her, and you can't even reference her on Global All Stars. How rude.
Work.
But isn't this background so cute?
It's so cute.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
It's so cute.
Thank you. But we are going to dive in to the looks. First up, Alyssa Edwards. And I do want to give, because we talked about it a little bit in the recap, I do want to give an update from Miss Tessa Testicle Edwards herself.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did say I was going to ask her about the tea on the fabric she had. She did answer.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tessa. And it's actually really fierce. So, she actually, all of these scraps and all of the fabric that she got for this look were actually the remnants of a look made by another German drag artist by the name of Paprika.
Okay.
And I want to show off the gorgeous, stunning peacock look that she made.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow. That's stunning.
So if you are only listening to the audio, I'm so sorry. Go check out the video, or go follow this girl at Call Her Paprika. But yeah, she made this big, gorgeous peacock plumage gown moment situation extravaganza. And she gave all of the extra fabric that she had to Tessa, and that's what Tessa brought.
So what was she going to do with it?
I did get a reply about that as well.
Okay.
And I quote from Miss Testicle Edwards. She said, "Girl, IDK." So
I love Tessa so much.
In very typical Tessa fashion, girl, I don't know.
Tessa, I love
Girl,
you so much. I love you so much for being so real right now. Like, I got this fabric because it's amazing fabric because it made from this amazing dress, but I have no idea what I was going to do with it. I was going to figure it out and make it work. I love
Yeah.
it. I love it.
that's
I love you. I love you.
hilarious.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
so
that's
funny.
hilarious. And so I will give Alyssa some credit. She did have just scraps to work with, and so that is really complicated to do to like make a full
Mhm.
garment out of scraps. I will give her that. However, this is still my least favorite look out of
Mm.
all of them. Personally, it's just not giving me what I wanted to give. It just doesn't really. It just doesn't look great for me. It's not. I wish it was just cinched a little bit more to give her like more shape to it because right now it just looks like a tube that's in the middle of her body. So I wish there was just more to it. I understand why there isn't because of course she's working with scraps. So although this is my least favorite look, I still want to give her some like credit because she's working with just scraps. But also Logan, you probably are gonna understand this. It's giving me that one video of the Michigan people, the Michigan boys, the college boys, the half blue, half yellow one, if you know what I'm saying. Um, if you know, you know. If you don't worry about it.
God
Don't
damn
worry
it,
about it.
Eduardo, because yes, I know exactly what you mean.
I know what you mean. Look, we love college football here.
We love college football.
We love college football.
Love
We
football.
go blue. Anyways,
Oh my.
do love the. I will say I think this wig is interesting on Alyssa though. This I didn't think Alyssa would bring like a tinsel way, and so it's interesting, and I kind of like it. But yeah, this is not my favorite look.
I think I like the look for Alyssa for what she had. I think what she did with it was great. I think what she did with what she had was good. Um, it's not like what she said she was going to do when she was talking to Rue in the workroom. So I feel like she changed it up a little bit. But I do like the how she decided to go with the blue and the gold and
Mhm.
make it a half dress kind of type deal, and then the chains with the gold on the gold. Ooh, excuse me. On the gold side was kind of like I like the concept. They asked for a cocktail dress. She gave them a cocktail dress, and it was very sparkly. It was very shiny. The tinsel wig, I agree with you, very unexpected from Alyssa Edwards. I didn't think she would give us a tinsel wig, but she did. And you know what? It goes fabulous with the gaudiness of this dress. And so I feel like if you're going to go gaudy, go all the way. Don't hold back. Let it rip. And on this runway, you can do that. I love that she sparkled the purse. She sparkled the fascinator part of the on the head thing, and then on the shoes. I think she did what needed to be done for what she had. So I applaud her.
Yeah, honestly, like I said it in the recap a couple of different times, and I'll say it here too. I think Alyssa had one of, if not maybe the hardest challenge to do, just because of the nature of the materials that she was given. And I have to say, I think she did a really, really good job with this. The only thing that I'm not loving is the fact that she's not padded here. Somewhere J. Jolie is screaming because the shoulders do not match the hips. Oh, at all. Um, but I have to say, I think Alyssa sold the hell out of this. It is a simple cocktail tube dress with two color. It's a split down the middle. I don't mind it. I really do love this tinsel wig. I agree with y'all. I love the fascinator that she added to it. The shoe, like she was saying to Rue in the workroom, that shoe really did bring the whole look together. The purse, she made the purse too.
And the
I have to
purse is
say,
blue and gold. Love
yeah,
it.
I think she
Love
either
it.
took a purse she had or she made the purse there. Regardless, I think Alyssa did a really, really good job with what she was given. I understand why it's her least favorite, Eduardo. I definitely get it. I have to say I was actually really impressed with Alyssa. I would not have put her any higher than safe, but safe is where I would have put her for sure. So, scores.
Yeah, I'm gonna give her just a little bit of credit. Well, a little bit higher score because she was working with scraps. So I'll give her a 60.
I have her an 85.
I gave her a 78.
Interesting.
Next up, my girly, Miss Tessa Testicle Edwards. Go watch her story right now because if she gets 100,000 views on her reel, Alyssa said she would reconsider and dust off the adoption papers. So we'll see.
Goes
So we'll
immediately.
see.
Excuse me, hold on, give me a second.
I'm gonna say, hold
No,
on, let me go to the.
hold on,
Right.
hold on. But while we're getting to this,
Yeah,
this
I'll-
look is amazing.
Y'all do your thing. I'll talk first about Tessa.
Okay, we'll do.
Go ahead. You do your thing.
Baby, I was so happy with Miss Tessa here on this occasion and this day. She did the damn thing. The look is so good. I love when the girls do this double strap asymmetrical gig. I think that looks so good. It just frames her shoulders and the clavicle so well. And that she said that to Rue, and she did what she said she was going to do here. The big one sleeve with the ostrich feather, I think, was such a good idea. And then adding the trim on the bottom was so good. The wig is so good with this. Everything is absolutely perfect for Tessa. I love this.
Yeah, Tessa really, really did the damn thing. Everything about this is just so good. Just already the materials were beautiful to work with, but she really did the damn work and made it just look absolutely beautiful. The ostrich feather arm was so good, and the presentation of it constantly just shaking those feathers. It was just everything that I wanted. And Tessa really, really, really did such an amazing job. And I'm so happy to see her do so well. I'm just, yeah, this just works. It works perfectly. Her body looks perfect. The clavicle and everything just showing gives it this sexy vibe, but it's also still classy. I just love everything about this. This is so good. I love it.
All right, done and done. What can you say? This look is beautiful. It was. She created an amazing look. I I think my only thing is seeing the nude illusion part underneath the white of the, but I don't mind it. I wish we just didn't see it coming out of the strap part is, in the middle, right at the top. You could see the white going across, like the two top of the white. Y'all don't see it? Am I the only one that see that? We
Am
don't
I
see that?
blind? No.
Right where those straps are, where she has the strap going up the neck.
I can see it in the pictures that are far away, just slightly.
Yeah. It's just the
I
white
didn't think
underneath
that
it.
was new. I didn't think that was nude illusion. I thought that was just straight up her skin.
It was like white. No, I think it was just a white underneath it.
I'll take your word for
But either way it goes, it's still great. It takes nothing away from this look. Absolutely nothing. The hair is great. This makeup is great. Love the ostrich feather, how she used it. Instead of just wrapping it around her like a boa, she just, so good. I think she ate this up, period. Bottom line, deserved to win. Everything about it was great.
her. Scores.
I mean, since this is my favorite one, I feel like I have to give it like a full. I feel like I have to give it like a full. I think it's a full.
I mean, Miss Tessa Testicle deserves the fools when she gets the fools, and she's getting the fools because she did what needed to be done with this look. Period. And yes, Tessa, it's me giving you all the credit because I do that. I do that. You're amazing.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Finally.
Well,
Not a finally. She got it in Germany.
And you know what she is going to get here too?
She
She
did
did
what needed to be done.
to be done.
Period.
Absolutely.
Period. Next up, Soa de Muse. I do want to say, and Lana, we'll have you start this one because we'll do our cute little rotation thingy. I do want to say before we talk any further about Soa, I do have a anecdote from River, who is no longer covering Global, but they did want to let me know. They wanted me to specifically shout out Soa because of the reference that Soa made in this look. And it is a specific reference to River's actual religion, which is Ubanda or Candomblé, specifically making a reference to the entity Ocean. And Soa talked about that Ocean is a deity that reigns over fresh waters and is considered the lady of beauty, fertility, and sensitivity, represented by an elegant African woman adorned in all gold. And River told me, and I quote, "Never thought my religion would be referenced on a global stage. I'm crying." So even though they're not here to talk about the season, I want to shout out Miss Soa de Muse. Thank you for the beautiful reference you made with this look. So
Absolutely. And she looks stunning doing it. Like this was a really good, like, I love that she did change her makeup, and for this it looks like it fits. It's so much brighter. It only makes that gold on her just glow, and the gold on her skin, when she put it all over her skin and her body, it's just glowing. She looks like she is sent from the heavens, glowing, and very much regal, royal, priestess. Love it. Hair, love it. Turban, headscarf, love it. Is it a little crafty because she just glued it on? Yeah. Could it have been more drapey? And if she sewed it and it looked, yeah. And when she turned around, we saw the black underneath it. Sure. But does she still look beautiful? Absolutely. Absolutely. Was it the best on the runway? No, it wasn't. It wasn't. But it still looked good. And I love Soa so much. She sold it well. She sold it well for me. So I liked it.
Yeah, I think so. Did a pretty good job here. I really, really love it from like the chest up, because I think this hair, the makeup, damn, this makeup is amazing on Soa. This hair is great. I really, really like this headscarf. The oily skin is just beautiful and like shiny and just so, so beautiful. But the actual dress itself needs a little bit of work. I see where she's going with it, and I still think it's a pretty good job. But I just think it just needed better draping. I think that's the only thing. Because if it had better draping, I think she would have really pulled it off. Because everything else about this is really good. My only big issue is the draping, and it really brings it down for me, which is really unfortunate because I still think that Soa looks pretty good, but it just needed some more work to be done. But I still like it. I still think Soa looks beautiful.
it's really not a bad effort. Like, I think this is much better than the look she made earlier this season for the ball. Just the color on her is absolutely stunning. Her skin has never looked better. The big issue with the look was just the execution of it. But I do still think she looks stunning, and she's stunning. Need I say more? No, honestly. So,
Not really.
scores.
74.
I gave her 78.
I gave her a 70. Next up, Vanity Vain.
Well, this is unfortunate, definitely. Especially knowing that Vanity is good at sewing and like designing looks. I just think she really got in her head because I just am not a fan of this or at all. Uh, it does it the paper flowers that she tried to do just look really odd with the fabric that she just chose to put it right next to. I don't like it, just looks stiff, and it might be just because she spray painted it, and when you spray paint fabric it gets stiff. It just doesn't look great. This looks like she wasn't given fabric at all, actually. It looks like she was just given paper and she's just working with paper. And it's not great. I don't like the shade of green. I don't like this hair with it. I just it's I I get it. I get what she like, but just it didn't work out. It just didn't work out. And this might be worse because she did have fabric to work with and she did have like a something to work with, and Alyssa didn't. So that's why I gave Alyssa so much credit, and that's why I maybe wouldn't have put her in the bottom two. But this was definitely like bottom two worthy for me. It was just not there, not there or at all.
Yeah, I felt like she gave us arts and craft project instead of a design challenge project that I would like to see from all-star levels of queens. And that was only because she went into her own head and she kind of just sabotaged herself. Like you said, inner saboteur, which happens. We do that to ourselves from time to time. Um, it's not a horrible, horrible, horrible garment that she put together. It's just for a level that we're on in Global All Stars, you would expect something different and better. And now we know that she can do better, and she's won the design challenge on her season. We know she can do better. And I think she just took the pressure of being here in Global All Stars, and it just ate her up inside. And, but it's not to the point where I'm like, "Ooh, this is a tragedy." It ain't like some people that we've seen before, but it just is not at the level that it should be here in this competition that we're in, but I still like Vanity.
Yeah, that's really the unfortunate part is I love Vanity. I think she did the absolute best she could with what she was given. And had she started with this concept, I actually think this could have turned into a really great look. I think the headpiece is really interesting. I love the spray painted effect that she went with this. I know obviously like she kind of had to. But I think the concept is actually really cool. I just wish she had spent, more than an hour. So that's just, yeah,
Unfortunately.
scores.
65?
Gave her 70.
I gave her a 58.
Fair.
Ooh.
Yeah. Next up, Queen Kong, Queen Kong, Queen Kong. And I was so happy to see Miss Queen Kong looking like gorgeous, stunning, incredible. I love this look. The way she did this ruffled pluming coming off of the sleeve is so good. The shape is really good for her. I love that it's almost kind of like a suit moment with these like big shoulder pads. The one thing I will say is, though I think that she should have been in the top, I think there are a couple of execution things that that were a bit of a yeah. The fabric is puckering in a lot of different places. In the front, it didn't make her shape look as good as we know her shape is. And I don't love the tights that she was wearing with all the stripes. I thought that took away from the garment overall. But I do still think she was probably solidly third for me this week.
Yeah, I will have to agree with you. I think the wings part I like. I like the shoulders, the shoulders. I wish she was a little bit more cinched in the waist, showing the figure. I don't like the tights either with this, but the hair, the makeup, I love that she was like, I'm channeling my inner Gala with the materials that she chose from a
I love
channel that. I love that. And I could see this being something, that Gala would want to wear in a
that. Hmm.
if she was trying to be, class it up a little bit and not be, but this hair is everything. That is the focal point for me. Like I love this wig so much. I think Queen looks amazing in it. But yeah, I do think the fabric itself is a hard fabric because it puckers and all that stuff and it just looks wrinkly. And I think it would have been a problem that either her or Gala would have had if Gala would have had it because that's just that fabric. You have to be really know what you're doing to work with the fabric that hard. But I think overall she did a really good job. She was definitely in my top 3 of how she looked. So I think it was a successful night for her.
Yeah, I just love how this really is a perfect meld of what Queen Kong and Gala Varo are all about, and I really, really appreciate that. Normally, I'm not a big fan of when like queens do this kind of suit with the wings that are like attached to the arms. It's normally not a big thing for me, but I think what I don't like about them is that they don't go far enough with it. I think Queen did a great, I like made a great choice by making them huge, and I would really like that. The hair really gives me Galavaro, and I really, really like that. I think it's beautiful. It's really my favorite thing about it. I will agree with you guys. It does look a little bit wrinkly, and I think it's because the fabric just puckers so easily that like it just makes it look a little bit wrinkly. But even then, I think she looks great. Everything about this looks really serviceable, really good. This is my top 3. This is my third, I believe. This is just good. This is great, and it might be my bias as well because it does give me Gala, but I really like this one.
Yeah. Scores.
I gave her a 90.
I gave her a 94.
I gave her an 80.
Okay.
Next up, Galavaro.
I like this look on Gala. I do like the sophistication that she's showing, that classy side that she is showing. Not a fan of the fishnet stockings, but I guess that's still very Gala. You still have to have a little piece of Gala. You can be sophisticated, but a little sexy. I get it. I do agree with the judges. I wish the gold. I feel like the gold is it's sitting in a weird position. It's just too high up. It's either it could have been asymmetrical or down a little farther. So and her putting boobs on would have made it feel like it just looked like it's sitting right up at the neck and it's just in a weird spot. But I think the dress itself is pretty and it's a beautiful dress. The fabric that she got from Queen is was good fabric. I think she could have used the gold trim in a different way. That's my thing. It would have been cute if it was going down the dress, or like we said, asymmetrical across the dress, or like a little smaller where we can get some cleavage happening and that sort of thing. But this wig is great. I think Gala looks so stunning in the face and with this wig. It's beautiful. Did she deserve to be at the bottom? In the bottom 3, yes. Because I feel like compared next to the dresses that we saw, it just wasn't it was probably probably the 3 of the ones I wouldn't like the most. But I think it should have never had her in the bottom 2 at all, at all. I think if she wasn't in the bottom 3, safe would have been perfectly fine for her, and I would have been acceptable. That would have been fine with me. But the dress itself, and I love that she took risk and she padded, which she doesn't do. Love that for Gala. I love that she's taking the critiques that she's getting from the judges and she's trying to implement them and use them. And like we talked about in the episode, the recap, we know the judges just aren't seeing Gala. They just aren't. And so we have to come to the point in our own minds to know, okay, as much as we love Gala, she's not going to win this thing. They're not going to see her. But we, as the viewers, could just accept her and love her for what she brings. Just know the judges ain't going to do it. So that's where I'm at. I'm at this piece of, okay, I'm just going to watch and enjoy Gala for her, however long she's there, because she's lovely to watch. But I think this dress it's a pretty dress. And that's literally, it's a pretty dress. It just wasn't anything to stand out.
Okay, so I was saying, when it comes to Gala this season, it feels like you're watching that one sick older person in your family that you just know is about to go, and you just know that their time is coming up. It do feel like that, like when you're just like, okay, it's gonna happen. I need to be ready, so that once it happens, I'm not absolutely destroyed. It feels like that. It feels like it's gonna happen, and I'm ready for it, and I'm gonna be upset by it, but I'm just not. I just don't want to be destroyed while doing it. But coming back to this episode and this look, I think my bias blinds me. Gala can do no wrong, and she looks beautiful always. But I think Gala, for me, it was perfectly safe. I think Gala did a pretty good job. I do think that like the gold is too high up on the dress, and I wish it was either smaller or just put somewhere else, because I feel like it would have shown that beautiful like chest and like
Clavicle area.
the clavicle. I was gonna say cleavage, but it's clavicle. And I think it just would have looked better with it. I love this hair. I think she did a pretty good job with it, with like everything else. She was perfectly safe for me. I think she looks fine. I wouldn't have put her in the top, but I also wouldn't have put her in the bottom. But I also understand why she was there. I just don't understand why she was in the bottom too.
Yeah, I agree with basically everything y'all said. My big issue was just there's just a bit too much padding, and I wish the gold was a little bit further down. That's all. Scores.
I'm blinded by Gala. It's a 77.
That actually gave her 79.
Wow, shocking.
I gave her a sensible 74.
Fair.
Next up, Kitty Scott-Claus.
Okay. All right. I think this is the best Kitty has looked so far. I'm gonna be so for real. This is a cute look. This is adorable. I think the fabric does carry a lot of weight on this because I love this pink and I love like the feathers. I think the way she sold it was really weird. I was not a huge fan of the way that she sold it. I feel the same way about her that I feel about Yuruka. And Violet Chachki said it like iconically. You don't always have to like go on the runway and be like hug and like be funny if you're a funny girl. I just wish she presented this like if she was just walking down the runway and serving you something beautiful, because this is the best the Kitty has looked. And so I just wish she presented it differently, because this look is pretty good. I like the asymmetry of it. I like the colors of it. I like the wig with it. I think she did a pretty good job. And I think like this is the best she's looked. And so I just wanted her to really just feel confident in herself in this look, because I think it would have just given it an edge there.
I agree with that. I 100% agree with that. I think she looks pretty, and the colors are pretty, and I didn't like how she performed it. I was just like, okay. We got to do a waka all over again, all the time, every time. It has to be that. It can't just be, hey, I'm just going to look pretty today. I don't feel like I don't need to feel like being on today. I just want to come down this runway and look pretty today. I know that's your thing. And I get that's your thing, but is it always? But it's fine. It's good.
I didn't mind the performance of it. Honestly, I think the performance of it kind of brought it a little bit up for me. But I do actually like the gown. I like like the construction of it. It's very clean. It's very well done. The plumage on the arm and then across the top, I think it all looks really nice. The hair is good. The makeup is good. Simple but effective. Like I'm not mad at this. So scores.
Yeah, I gave Katie an 85.
I gave her an 81.
I gave her a 78. Next up, Nehellenia. And I think with what she had, she did the damn thing. Honestly. I like that she took the nude lycra and then ended up just making that the base panel, added the lace on top. I mean, it's a sleeveless cocktail dress with some gloves and a fascinator, but I think she sold it in a really good way. I like the wig with this too. I think the wig really adds to the whole situation. It's very, very similar to what Alyssa did. I think this was done a little bit better. And I think overall, I think Nelly looks great.
Yeah, I think it looks fine. I like what she did with the fabric that she got, and she used it well. I love the wig with this. I think making it all about the lavender of it all worked in her favor. Um, I like it. I thought it was a good look on her. She looked great.
Yeah. I'm sorry if you hear some construction happening. They just arrived right now and they're constructing. And so I'm so sorry. But I'm just gonna say this really quickly. She looks great. I don't understand, like with all the thing that happened in the workroom, like she still did the damn thing and she still worked with what she had and she looks great with it. I think this hair was a great choice. I think she looks beautiful. I think it's pretty simple, but I still like it.
Scores.
I'm sorry. I'll give her an 80.
I'll give her an 83.
77. And last up, Pythia. Lana.
I like this. But here's the thing. I love that we saw this dress and what it was going to look like during the Rue walkthrough. She worked so fast and so efficient and so like she saw that fabric, she knew exactly what she was going to do, and she went to work and she just did it. I love the non-drama that is Pythia. I love the I don't have time for no foolishness that is Pythia. I love the Pythia is go put her head down and just work. That is what she came here to do. She is not about none of this foolishness with y'all. I'm just gonna come here and I'm gonna work. And she worked. And this worked. This gold fabric is could go either way. It could look super cheesy or really good, and she made it look really good. I do agree with the judges the way she with Rue with the way she accessorized it. Not a fan of, but I love this wig on her with this, and I think she looks stunning. Um, it's just a cute. It's a good dress. It's a good dress. Period.
Okay, really quickly before they start again. Okay, I like this fabric. I think she worked it really well. I think she did a great job. The fact that she worked so quickly is amazing. I really like everything about this. I do think that it could have worked without the gloves, but I think even with the gloves, it doesn't look bad. I don't think it's overly accessorized, but I do understand the critique even then. She looks wonderful. She looks great. I think Pythia is an amazing designer, and I think she just will kill it every single time that she has to make something. And so she looks great, and this is one of my favorites.
Yeah, this was definitely for me the second best look of the night. For me, there was a bit of a margin between Tessa and Pythia. I think the dress is actually really well made. She makes this fabric look incredibly expensive. Nehellenia gave her some pretty great materials here. I do have a couple of issues with it, though. I don't love the wig with this. I think it's that specific, like, deep red color. I think that clashes a little bit with the gold. And the over accessorization, like the judges said, it did kind of pull me out of the fantasy. I didn't need the glove. I didn't need all the big chunky jewelry. I really did not need this necklace because the necklace kind of cut off her neck and it seemed like her head was kind of just floating in this gold like collar. And so I just wish even just without the necklace, I think it would have just made the whole ensemble feel a little bit more expensive. But the dress is so well made, and I think Pythia looks lovely as always. So, scores.
97.
95.
82. And apparently I am the drama today. But
You are.
but that is that. Thank you for joining us for this Look Over Here episode. If you have not checked out our episode recap, make sure to go check that out as well. Subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Make sure to let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. And make sure to check out the description where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, because we do a lot here at the Cup Network. Our Patreon as well for exclusive content and early access, including our Look Over Here early access, our social media, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. And with that, we're gonna get out of here because, like we said at the top, we're hungry. So cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye. Adios.
Nos
Bye.
vemos.